Welcome to Fesrad.
Welcome to the Real Cost BMX Big Air Final. The fans are packing in here inside the U.S. Bank Stadium. This event was not contested last year in the Lone Star State at X Games Austin due to Mother Nature, but here in 2017 in Minneapolis, it finds a new home inside this stadium, and the elements will not be a factor. Hello, everyone. Jimmy Coleman here sitting alongside Kevin Robinson, and well, Kevin, the story coming in outside of this moving indoors for the first time since 2013 is the fact that Colton Satterfield comes in as your two-time defending gold medalist into this event.
Yes, and he'll be looking to three-peat. Nobody has ever done it in BMX Big Air history.
There's been several repeat gold medalists, but no one has ever taken 3 gold medals in a row. He is looking to do that here tonight. However, there are 7 other athletes in the field that are going to have something to say about it. 2 other gentlemen to watch for here tonight. They are looking to set a high air record, talking about Morgan Wade and Douglas Oliveira.
Both of these athletes can blast this quarter pipe higher than anybody. I can't wait to see how they feed off each other. If Doug starts blasting, I know Morgan's going to want to step up to the plate and push the envelope tonight.
Morgan currently holds the higher record here at the X Games with 23 feet 3 inches. That is your podium from 2015. Again, we did not hold this event last year due to weather in Austin, Texas, but it was Satterfield, Wade, and Michael Laren, your gold, silver, bronze in 2015. All 3 of those guys are here in the lineup tonight, and our format here, it is 8 riders in the Real Cost BMX Big Air, and they are going to get 4 runs. Kevin, it's overall impression on what you do on the gap section as well as on the quarter pipe, but the big thing here, it's the best of your 4 runs that hopefully get you X Games gold.
Absolutely. What you try to do is you put down a good solid run and then build off that run. And as you said, you're going to see people hitting the jump. You'll see some big tricks on the jump, but you also have to see those big tricks on the quarter pipe. Also, it's called Big Air, so they expect to see high blasting air. Everything has to be over 15 feet or above.
We've got a couple of returning gold medalists in the field, but there are your 8 finalists. Douglas Oliveira starts it off. We've got an X Games rookie in Curtis Downs. Vince Byron coming in with a gold medal in BMX Vert. Zach Warden, he's a 2-time gold medalist in this event. Michael Laren, James Foster, Morgan Wade, who also owns a gold medal in this event, and Colton Satterfield, who's taken gold the last 2 times it was contested in 2014 and 2015. And those are the 8 guys we will see do battle on the Big Air ramp here tonight, Kevin.
I'm so excited to watch Curtis ride. You got to watch him ride this ramp. He's coming into this event, only have ever ridden a mega ramp, a big air ramp 4 times. So he's coming in here and he rides this ramp straight up and down. Most people you see carved, they cover distance as they do the air. He goes up one seam and comes down the same seam. It's so impressive.
And we started off with Brazil's Douglas Oliveira. He at one point in time held the record for the biggest air on this ramp in an X Games back in 2013, but then Morgan Wade took it away from him. But he's one of those 2 guys we talked about who's challenging for that high air title here tonight as we start the Real Cost BMX Big Air Final.
Dougie with a nice smooth backflip tail whip. Check it out, he's got a blast, just a nice big tabletop, landed smooth.
Now the best possible score you can get out here is 100 points. 5 judges, they take the high and the low out, they average the remaining 3 scores together.
Check it out right here. Backflip, whipping that bike around with a tail whip, spotting his pedals, both feet on the pedals. He cased it a little bit, came up short. You want to land just past that sticker. Right here, Doug blasts with a 19-foot air.
I was going to say, if you want to know what 19-foot airs look like out of a 27-foot tall quarter pipe, there you go. That is
you got to remember. You got to remember now. That's 19 feet over the top of a 27-foot tall ramp. All right, so you're talking 46 feet off the ground.
And to try to quantify that for you, I mean, look at the size of this stadium. This is a state-of-the-art modern-day NFL stadium. You're dropping halfway out of the rafters of this thing, basically, at that height. So Dougie starts it off with a 71.66. Remember, it's 4 runs. It's the best of your 4 runs that count. So as we get set to bring in our next competitor here, Curtis Downs coming into this thing as an X Games rookie. His first ever appearance out of Idaho, 25 years old. We'll see what he brings to the party in his first of 4 attempts.
He is so excited. He's very thankful to Colton Satterfield. He feels like he is at this event because of Colton believing in him. Right here, the big Superman backflip landed perfectly smooth. Check this out. Boom! Triple tail whip. He finds it out. He pulls the trick.
He fell out of the sky on that and got almost no transition. How did he hang on to that?
We just saw a triple tail whip at 19 feet 11 inches coming out swinging. Such an amazing run. He landed low, so that's going to hurt his score. But man, to come out and put down a good solid run, your first time ever in the Real Cost BMX Big Air event, he's got to be happy.
Hurt your score. That had to hurt the wrist and the ankles. Look how off axis
Superman seat grab.
Twice, 3 times around. And, oh, man. How did he ride out of that? Explain that to me.
Unbelievable. I mean, coming down with that momentum, it wants to blow you off the bike. It is so hard to hold on. You have to remember, we don't have shock absorbers or anything like that in our bike. The only absorption you have is your body.
So he'll get a 67.66, but how about that to open up your X Games career right there? In your first run, you do a 19-foot, 11-inch high triple tail whip on the quarter pipe. Vince Byron coming off of a BMX Vert gold medal yesterday. Let's see what he can get done here in the Real Cost BMX Big Air Final in his first of 4 attempts.
Vince has so much control on this ramp. Lands it perfectly smooth with a big invert flare, putting down a good solid run. I know that's not as high as he wanted to go at 13 foot 9 inches. You can definitely see Vince blast higher than that.
And look at the way he slows down the rotation on this as he gets into the quarter pipe, and we see the flare.
Watch, spine is landing. You see his head come around. Right just below the sticker. He landed a little bit sitting back in the saddle. So he had to reset, blast a big invert invert flare at 13 feet. Put down a good solid run. Now he can build off that momentum. Just like we saw him do last night in the Vert contest. Put down a solid run, then his second run, he killed it.
It's just crazy how he slows down that rotation, and he will get an 83 flat that will put him in the top spot here in the early parts of round number 1. So nicely done there by Vince Byron. The world's best action sports athletes are competing at X Games in Minneapolis, and our coverage continues tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern on ABC, and then at 3 and 7 Eastern on ESPN. So 3 riders deep in an 8-rider lineup here in the Real Cost BMX Big Air Final. Taking a look right now at Zach Warden from O'Fallon, Illinois, which is the greater St. Louis area. He is a 2-time BMX Big Air gold medalist. He's got his gold medals at Foz do Iguaçu, Brazil, and Barcelona, Spain.
Backflip, bike flip. That's a Zach Warden specialty. The triple whip at 9 feet 3 inches. So he can build off the momentum. He stuck to run, he kept it solid, but I know he's going to want to go higher than that. And if he wants the medal, he definitely has to push the height.
Okay, well, let's talk about strategy here a little bit. Get that one out of the way, get in the groove, and start feeling it, then start adding additions to the run, correct?
Exactly. So that was a backflip, bike flip from Zach. Zach, one of the only ones doing the bike flip, he has it dialed.
He's got combinations to add to that as well. The high mark to beat right now is an 83. He was one of those back-to-back gold medalists we talked about at the top of the show. Again, no one has ever taken 3 gold medals. So Zach will get a 77 flat to put him in second place. Welcome back inside the US Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, X Games 2017 in a new home this year. And let's get back to the Real Cost BMX Big Air Final. We have gone through half of the run order here in round number 1 out of 4. And as of right now, Vince Byron sitting in the top spot. Those are your gold medalists from the last 8 Big Air events contested here. You see Colton Satterfield's got 2 in a row there. Chad Kagi, Morgan Wade, Zach Warden's got 2 in a row, and Steve McCann. So those are your heroes from the last 8 events that we have contested here And this is what the boys are contending with out here when it comes to BMX Big Air, Kevin Robinson.
Yeah, the drop in, it is straight, pretty much feels like it's straight down. When you roll down this thing, you're building all your speed to hit the jumps. You got the 50-foot gap and the 63-foot gap. You want to land right on the sweet spot to head up the 27-foot tall quarter pipe and put that perfect landing down.
Yeah, so the judges are looking for a little bit of everything. They want to see a big trick over the gap, but they also want to see what you do on the quarter pipe. We get set to get back to the Real Cost BMX Big Air Final. Michael Laren, 7th X Games appearance out of Racine, Wisconsin. Riding with a little bit of adversity here tonight. He's got an injured shoulder, Kevin.
Yes, he's been nursing his shoulder for about a week and a half. We saw him throw down in Vert last night. The doctors, the X Games medical staff has been working with him to keep him strong, and I think we're going to see a great performance by Michael tonight. Boom! With a huge look back. That was massive. 20 foot 6 inches. That was huge.
So much for that injured shoulder. Just blasting one towards the rafters here inside the stadium.
Can backflip. Sticking that foot right over that top tube. Planting it down. Landing right on the sweet spot. Little pass. Staying solid. Watch this. Cranking that look back. So turning the handlebars past 180 degrees and looking backward towards the deck of the ramp.
Beautifully done. Okay, so you've been talking to him out throughout the week. You know the ins and outs of what's going on with that shoulder right there. What does he do in round 2?
He's just going to have to step it up. Like I told him, when you're under this kind of pressure, you got to block out the pain. You got to put yourself in the right mindset and give it everything you got. You got one shot at this.
All right, so you need a 71.66 or better to crack into the top 3. Vince Byron's currently sitting in the lead with an 83 flat as of right now. We've seen quarter pipe tricks at heights of 19 feet 11 inches, and 20.6 feet. Michael Laren sitting in 2nd place as of right now. James Foster due up for his first out of 4 attempts. James brings some big technical tricks to the gap as well as the quarter pipe.
James has some amazing jumping tricks, and for a while he was really jump heavy, but he has put the time in on the quarter pipe to better his skills. I think we're going to see that here tonight.
Here we go, coming down the roll in.
Back to the tailwind, lands perfect. Let's see what he's got at the quarter pipe. The bar spin to a downside double tailwind. Oh man, at 17 feet 7 inches.
That was so late, though. I mean, look at where he is in the apex of the jump when he spins the bars.
Watch this right here. He spins the handlebars around, catches them late, and then double downside whip. So whips that bike around twice, just misses it. I would love to see him pull that.
That back end just came around a little too much and he slid out, but that's the kind of stuff we were talking about right there. Bar spin to late double downside whip. See more of him in round number 2. Morgan Wade out of Tyler, Texas, a former gold medalist in this event. He would like to push that high air record. He currently owns the title of high air at the X Games with 23 feet 3 inches. He would like to push that even higher here tonight, Kevin.
And he definitely has the capability. But what I'm excited about with Morgan, he's been working on his jump tricks. I think we're about to see that right now. Like that, with a big 360 backflip landing butter smooth. Double tailwhip. Oh, he rides it out. Slipped his pedal, but he rides it out. 18 feet, 10 inches.
That's why they call it BMX Big Air, for heights like that. Good Lord, 18 feet, 10 inches on a double tailwhip.
It's so slow, the rotation. Look at this. Watch. 1. Legs stretched out.
Look at where his legs are on that. He's
2.
so far off the bike.
Plants his feet perfect on the pedals. And then, oh, he gets light on his feet right there. Because he knew he pulled out a little bit too much, so he was landing a little low, so he got light on his feet. But he held on.
That was a late birthday present. Yesterday was his birthday, so he gets to ride away from that one right there. So he'll slide into 5th as of right now. Colton Satterfield is due up next. But right now it's time for the Real Cost Keys to Success with your 2-time defending gold medalist, Colton Satterfield.
My name is Colton Satterfield. I've been competing in Big Air since 2011. 2014 X Games, I won doing a 3-flip no-hander to bar spin over the gap. One of the few dudes that spins over the gap, which is, I think, pretty gnarly. Winning X Games in 2015 was even gnarlier because I kind of wanted that, Dave Mira moment. I'd already won X Games. I already have a gold medal. What do you want to do now? And so I kind of set my sights on that double flare as kind of my Dave Mira moment, that double backflip. Like, I want one of those, The fashion that it came on the third run was just like Cinderella, having worked so hard for a year for it. So I couldn't have asked for a better outcome. I love staring fear in the face and doing something I'm scared to do and it working out. As for strategy, I absolutely came there to win. So my strategy is come there with the fire run, have it dialed, have it perfect, and send it every run, and hopefully we get it. The goals, I guess, are sit back and enjoy it and go hard in the process.
Well, you heard him say he wanted one of those, and he got it. And how about the dramatic fashion? He got it in. It came on his last run at that event to walk away with his second gold medal in a row. I said earlier, nobody has taken 3 gold. I meant 3 consecutively. So that is what he's shooting for here tonight as he comes down the roll in Colton Satterfield.
He has such a large arsenal of tricks. That was to a late no-hander. And he's going for the double flare. Oh!
He got up from that immediately.
Coming out swinging. First run. Check this out. With a front flip, tail whip, to late no-hander.
He got a little off axis on the spin there. He was leaning to the right side on that.
You see, he skid his tire a little bit, which fishtailed his bike a little bit. Now to throw the double flare. Tricked it. I got to invent.
I was going to say, you know what? You'd be the one to break it down since you were the first to do it in 2006.
Just landing a little too low. When you come down, you're leaning forward like that. You're carrying your weight forward. It's so hard to not go over the handlebars. He actually got out of that really well for the way he crashed.
I was just going to say, looking at that replay right there, he got out of that almost virtually unscathed. He took most of that on the right shoulder, but he got right back up. But how about that? Going out swinging with that first run. So at the end of round 1, it's Vince Byron in the lead. We've got 3 more rounds when we come back. Let's get back to the real cost BMX Big Air Finals here inside the U.S. Bank Stadium. As of right now, at the end of round 1, it's Vince Byron sitting in the top spot, followed by Michael Laren and Zach Warden. You need an 83 flat or better if you're going to take over that top spot. However, there's 3 more rounds still to go, and it is the best of your 4 runs that count. Jimmy Coleman here sitting alongside Kevin Robinson, and we start all over again here in round 2 with Brazil's Douglas Oliveira.
You know what I love? I love this story I have to tell about Doug. So we were at a big air ramp event down in Brazil, and this kid walks up and says, I want to ride this event, and everybody was saying no, but I believed in him, and I gave him a shot. He rode the big air event, and he won the high air contest, and that's what opened the door for Doug to be able to ride this big air ramp.
He went 19 feet on the quarter pipe in his first run. He's currently sitting just outside the podium. He's in 4th place. At one point in time, he did hold the X Games big air record at 22 feet 1 inch in his home country. We were in Foz do Iguaçu, Brazil back in 2013, but then when we got to Barcelona, Morgan Wade took that title back. But here we go with Douglas in round 2.
Yeah, with a big backflip tailwind. With a huge flare. Oh! His peg caught the coping, so at the top of the ramp is a metal coping. That coping is what pushes you out, so you don't catch the top of the ramp as you come in. He drifted over a little bit, but he saved it, got out of it okay.
Right here. He's been putting some work in on his gap tricks, though, from what we've seen out of the last couple of years out of Dougie. Just a little under rotates there on that flare. The attempt on the flare, 14 feet 11 inches, so obviously going to stick with that first run score. How about our X Games rookie, Curtis Downs, who came out in his first run, first time out of the gate competition at X Games, and you do a 19-foot 11-inch high air on the quarter pipe. Not a bad way to start your X Games career.
So crazy, you know. I know his brother and his 2 sisters at home watching. Is so proud of what he's doing. There it is again. Lands it money. Let's see what we got.
Comes down, he lands so low on that quarter pipe, and he's gotten out of that twice now.
Here it is. Check it out one more time. Superman seat grab backflip. Holding that seat, stretching those legs all the way out. Grabs his grip,
look at where he puts that back tire down. He kind of bounced a little bit.
That's what happened. He came up just short of the sweet spot, which bounced his tire a little bit. With the downside, check this out. 1, 2, and 3 downside tail whips, but he pulls out a little too much, lands low, and that's what blows him off his bike.
He almost made that, the triple downside whip. We saw James Foster attempt that for the first time in Big Air at the X Games back in 2013 in Munich. Curtis Downs trying to make it happen here in 2017. Vince Byron, your current leader right now, sitting with an 83 flat. He's already got X Games gold this week from Vert last night. See what he does here in this second attempt.
He is one of the smoothest riders on this Big Air ramp. Oh, he slipped his pedal, got his foot on late with a big table flare, only 14 feet 10 inches. I know right now that Vince can go much higher than that. You saw as he landed just a little bit off, a little bit crooked. It bounced his foot off the pedal. That is so hard when your feet don't land on your pedals perfect on this ramp. And you're coming down with that kind of momentum. It's so hard to straighten yourself out before you hit that quarter pipe.
I was going to say, that's a heck of a save to throw after your foot comes off the pedal, coming over that gap, and especially at the speeds you're at when you're coming down that rolling. So again, he had an 83 flat in the first go around. He'll get a 74 this time around. So he will throw that one out and stick with that first run score. Zach Warden is up next. We caught up with him to find out what makes him go.
I think the best part about BMX for me is just the creative aspect. Everywhere you go, you see people do the same tricks, but they do it their own way. They always add their little fingerprint to it, so nothing's the same. Music's so awesome that when your favorite song comes on, you're in the middle of a session and your friends are all amped up. Who knows what's going to happen? I wake up in the morning, I want to go, whether it's riding my bike, whether it's hopping in a plane, whether it's hopping in a car. And when you're trying to move so fast, it's always nice to have something upbeat and to keep you moving. I'm Zach Warden, I ride BMX, and music moves me.
Just a little insight as to what motivates Zach Warden. Again, he has 2 BMX Big Air gold medals to his name. He's currently sitting in 3rd place as of right now with a 77 flat by virtue of his first run.
Oh, going for that backflip, bike flip one more time. Overshot, actually had a little too much speed.
Well, you know what he wanted out of that.
Yes, I think he absolutely did.
He wanted to throw the extra variation into the mix. So we'll have to look to see more of him in round number 3. We've got the latter half of round number 2 when we come back to Minneapolis and US Bank Stadium. And we are back live here, X Games Minneapolis 2017. It's a packed house here inside the US Bank Stadium. This is the Real Cost BMX Big Air Final. We are in round number 2 out of 4. As of right now, it is Vince Byron still sitting in the top spot with a score of 83 flat. You were looking at Michael Laren. He was your bronze medalist coming in from the last contested event in 2015. Remember, we did not hold the Big Air event last year in Texas due to weather. See what Michael Laren's got on tap for us here, Kevin.
The big turn down backflip. See what he's got on the quarter pipe. Just a huge tabletop at 19 foot 7 inches. Blasting so high. I know that's not what he wanted. He looks like he's wincing on his shoulder a little bit. He's really trying to push that shoulder through some challenge at times right here.
Yeah, I was going to say now, based off what we've seen, that shows that shoulder's really bothering him right now.
Here he's got the turn down backflip. Lands money.
Well, sitting in second place free run with that 78 flat, but you can tell just visibly in pain right there. But as you said, fight through the pain, so he'll go with that first run score and keep him in second. as of right now. James Foster due up next, but James Foster loves to get it done on his bike. He also gets it done at home.
I'm James Foster, and I'm from Redlands, California. I've always been very DIY. I hate letting other people do things for me, so anytime something needs to be done, there's a problem to be solved, I would always just figure out how to do it on my own. Use the internet, research, read, whatever. That's how I learned how to work on cars, that's how I learned how to build ramps, that's how I learned how to work on motorcycles and weld and everything. And the way I look at it is you're teaching yourself a new skill and you're solving a problem while saving yourself a ton of money. I would never be able to afford this house or the cars that I've built or the ramps or anything if I didn't learn how to do it on my own and figure out how to do it myself, because I could never afford to pay somebody else to build all this stuff for me. I figure if I'm going to do something, I want to do it right, and I want to do it right the first time. I'm going to put my all into it and try and have the best, the best possible outcome. I guess you could call it OCD or perfectionist or whatever, but end of the day, you end up having, a better result with whatever you're working on.
That's a great look into the mind of James Foster. And that attitude of doing it yourself, DIY, it translates well into his riding. It just gives you a look into his mindset. He's got that drive. He's got that spirit. And that's why he gets out here and throws down these super crazy technical tricks that we've seen over the years come out of James Foster.
And that's what bike riding has done for him. It just gave him this hard work ethic that he puts into everything he does in his life. With the big backflip tail whip.
Into the corner.
There it is, to the bar spin downside whip. Lands smooth at 15 foot, 8 inches.
And remember, he crashed on the quarter pipe on the first attempt right there.
Right here, comes up, bar spin, catches, late downside whip, gets his feet on, lands so smooth. That was perfect landing.
That's a lot going on after you spin the bars and then to throw that downside whip in there late. Again, in that first run, he crashed that. You can hear him say right there, that's scary. But you're just trying to build as you go along. This is round 2.
Hi, friends.
You get 4 runs. It's the best of your 4 runs that counts. He was in the bottom pre-run. He was down in 8th place. You need a 77 flat or better if you're jumping in, and he moves up to 2nd place. James Foster with a 78.66. So now your top 3, it's Byron, Foster, and Laren.
What's great now is he can ride off the momentum of that run. Puts down that solid run. It gives him the confidence. It gets you excited to be in the contest.
Speaking of confidence, did you see the face that Morgan Wade just made right there? That is the kind of guy that you will get every day on that bike out of Morgan Wade. Just happy-go-lucky, just gets out there, having a good time riding his bike. But I'm telling you, he wants to push that high air record. He already owns it at 23 feet 3 inches here at X Games. He wants to go higher. He's been talking about this one for years.
He has, and he always tries the big 360 backflip. Oh, over-rotates. Slides out safely. He's got his wife and his son here in the audience watching him.
Think about the amount of speed that you have as you're sliding down that thing, and he's playing around. He just leans back, folds his arms up, and plays it off like it's no big deal. So he'll stick with his first run score for right now. And it's Colton Satterfield sitting down in 8th place as of right now, coming into this, winning the last 2 BMX Big Air X Games events in a row. In for his 2nd out of 4 attempts.
There it is, the front flip, tail it.
So just going over the bars on that one. He's taken 2 good knocks on that shoulder. So your defending 2-time gold medalist will stay in 8th as of right now, but it's Vince Byron still in the lead after 2 runs out of 4. The Real Cost BMX Big Air Final. We've completed 2 rounds out of 4 here in the event. Remember, it is best of those 4 runs that count, and it is Vince Byron sitting in the top spot still after 2 rounds of competition. However, in round number 2, we saw James Foster jump up into 2nd place, and Michael Laren, despite an injured shoulder, still sits in that 3rd place position. But there are still 2 more rounds to go, and this is still up for grabs, and it's anybody's game, as this is the best run that counts. Jimmy Coleman here alongside Kevin Robinson. Well, Kevin, we've seen some pretty impressive height so far, but we've seen some guys that usually do well have some issues on the quarter pipe.
Yes, they have. You know, they've been kind of landing low. It seems like a couple of guys have been pulling out a little too much, as they're going higher. So let's see if they can relax a little bit on their third and fourth runs.
All right, Douglas Oliveira starts off the round. He's currently sitting in 5th place as of right now. Working double duty out here this weekend, riding Vert as well as Real Cost BMX Big Air. Getting a high five from Morgan Wade. It scares me to think of what he's possibly going to try to do. I mentioned this in his last run. It looks like he's worked on what he brings as far as the gap tricks are concerned. He's worked on the difficulty level of that here this year for sure.
You know what I love seeing with Doug is the control that he's gotten. You know, he kind of used to ride this thing loose and out of control, and he's really learned how to stable himself and ride with control. Perfect backflip tail whip. That was perfect. With a huge giant flare.
So he
rotates again.
He had that problem in round number 2. He rotated around a little bit more this time, so I'm guessing the third time is going to be the charm when we get into that 4th round. He's so close on that.
Oh, he's right there. You know, if he just can put a little more rotation on that, he's got to pop off the lip just a little harder. Watch right here. You see him as he comes around. He turns his tire just a little too late.
And that one was at 19 feet, though. I mean, that was a massive flare. You're doing a backflip 180 at 19 feet right there, so that'll leave him in 5th place as of right now. Curtis Downs, our X Games rookie, he sent a couple of big variations on the quarter pipe. He currently sits in 7th as of right now, with his best run being a 67.66.
This is his first X Games appearance. Oh! Let's see what he's got in the quarter with a giant tabletop right at 16 feet, 10 inches. It looked like he just did a flying W backflip over the gap. I gotta see the replay of this. Check this out. Both legs over his arms, searching for his bike with his legs.
Oh, look at how late that right. Oh,
he waited and got his feet back on the pedals. That was being so patient. And right here, just throwing in a nice big tabletop for the fans watching behind.
I figured after that gap trick, he figured he wasn't going to push the issue. He had a huge triple tail whip in run number 1. He tried a downside triple tail whip in run number 2 in the quarter pipe and had a fall. But man, he should go buy a lottery ticket after that one right there.
That was insane. That was nuts.
Luck was
I can't
on
believe
his
he got
side.
out of that. I really can't.
Vince Byron currently sitting in 1st place through 2 rounds of competition. He's already got himself a Vert gold medal here in Minneapolis. He has an 83, which is his first run score, which is the better of the 2 thus far.
There it is again, the front flip cork 7. The flat going for, he's going for that flare 540 that he does on the Vert ramp.
That's ridiculous that he just tried that. We've seen him do that on the Vert, actually did it on the Vert ramp twice yesterday to help him get that gold medal, but to try to do that on the Big Air quarter pipe?
Now, I want to tell you the difference. On a Vert ramp, the transition's actually, it's a tighter ramp, so there's more pop. So there's more pop off the bike, so it kind of pushes you away from the ramp a little easier. On this ramp, it's such a slow transition, it's so hard to get your bike to pop off that lip on those difficult tricks.
Zach Wharton currently 1 spot out of the podium, sitting in 4th place in for attempt number 3.
Oh, over-rotates.
All right, so we said this earlier. He's got the bike flip backflip. We've seen that, and we said he wanted a little bit more. He does a late tail whip out of that. That was part of the equation that helped him earn those 2 gold medals that he got in 2013. That's what he's aiming for right here.
Well, now he's in a position. Now, does he go back up and try it again, or do you keep it safe?
Well, we're halfway through 3, and it's Vince Byron still sitting on to that top spot. We'll have more when we come back. Welcome back to X Games Minneapolis. There are so many great artists and initiatives here at X Games. Got the Zoom competition going on. They've got these amazing photographs that are on display as you walk into this stadium here. To vote for your favorite photographer, go to xgames.com/Zoom. Back here in the Real Cost BMX Big Air, Michael Laren due up next. But Michael Laren and the rest of these guys are pretty tough. But Michael caught up with some even tougher guys at the Naval Base in Coronado, California.
I'm Master Diver Michael Hunt. Today we're going to take Mikel Lauren, professional BMXer, and make him part of our team.
Downside double F and deep pulls it clean. Give it up for Mikel Lauren.
Mikel Lauren, are you ready?
I'm ready, man. I got a little bit of a shoulder thing going on right now, but I'm going to give it my damnedest.
All right, so we'll rub some sand and dirt on it, and hopefully you'll be all right.
Let's do it.
Left, right, left.
Left, right, left. Go! Superman! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! You real smart!
All right, Michael. Yeah, I appreciate you coming out, man. From us at EOD Movement 3, we wish you the best, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. I couldn't do what I do every day if it wasn't for your guys' sacrifices. It was an awesome experience today.
See more of America's Navy at youtube.com/xgames.
Well, you see Mikel putting in some work with America's Navy there. Now he's about to put in some work here in round number 3 in the Real Cost BMX Big Air. His best run is a 78 flat. Did that in round number 1. He's got him in a bronze medal position right now. And the big story there, he's doing this with that injured shoulder. He is fighting through the pain, and it's still good enough for a bronze medal as of right now, Kevin.
And I know he'd be happy with that bronze medal, but I know he also wants to step it up. Oh, perfect landing, solid. Big triple bounce. Oh!
So taking the brunt of that right there on the lower transition of the quarter pipe.
Triple downside whip. Just landed sitting in the back seat a little too much. Too much momentum going backward. 1, 2, 3. Catches his pedals.
Hey, please don't focus on him, please.
Just kind of throws him back there, being attended to
Look at the back
by
of my head,
X
please.
Games
You're gonna look at the back of my head if you move.
Medical right now. You know, and
you can tell Spence wherever
does,
he hears with
they
that
do, these guys do wear body armor. They do have body armor on underneath their shirts to help with impacts like this.
And that's the thing, a lot of the people at home you don't get to see, even the people in the stands, underneath all their clothes, they're wearing body armor, elbow pads, padding on the chest, padding on the back. Also, a lot of them wear hip pad. I always wear hip pads, knee pads, shin pads. You keep yourself as safe as you possibly can.
All right, so we'll let X Games Medical tend to Mikel. We'll be back here with more from Real Cost BMX Big Air when we come back. Welcome back to X Games Minneapolis. Before we went to break, we saw Mikel Lauren take a pretty heavy crash here. Right now, let's send it down to Brian Kaczynski, the third member of our crew, who is with Mikel right now.
All right, as you can see, Mikel Lauren went down hard. That just shows how tough these guys are. They don't do this, just for the fun of it. They do this to challenge themselves, and sometimes that's the cost. But Mikel, he's a tough guy. He got up, he gave me a high five. He's getting checked out by X Games Medical, and we wish him the best.
So thank you, Brian. Trying a downside triple tail whip, and he got lurched to his backside right there. But the good news was he was able to get up and walk off the ramp under his own power as we were away in commercial breaking. Well, as we get an update, we will let you know about Mikel's status. James Foster, in round number 2, jumped up into a silver medal position. And look at him right now, Kevin Robinson. You see the concentration. He is going through the motions in his mind of what he's going to send here for the fans inside the stadium.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's picturing his run, and he's picturing landing it. And I think we're going to see this right here. Let's see what he's got. Oh, lands it perfect!
Does he get the double?
Yeah! Oh, holy smokes! I cannot believe what I just witnessed.
What just happened?
James Foster, the hard work, the dedication pays off. The backflip. 1, 2, 3. Backflip, triple tail whip.
And look at the landing that he gets on this. Right past the tape.
Money. Right there.
And then
check this
into
out.
the quarter pipe.
Bar spin. 1. Downside tail whip. 2.
Oh, did you see where that right foot was?
Little off the pedal, but he pulled that perfect.
Hey, he rides away from that one. What a run at it.
We got ourselves
89.66.
We got ourselves a brand new leader at the Real
That's the first time we've seen anyone challenge Vince Byron for that lead. So here in the latter part of round 3 out of 4, it's now Foster, Byron, and Laren with 2 riders left to go here in round number 3. Man, what a run there.
I'm actually getting teared up. You know, I'm so happy for James Foster. I really am. Morgan, he puts in the time and the work, and it's paying off.
Morgan Wade currently sitting in 6th place as of right now. The best we've seen out of him was a 70.33 from round number 1.
360 backflip, lands solid.
Oh!
Morgan is a beast.
It's just absolutely amazing how far he just fell.
Cringes when they see Morgan, when it sees Morgan coming down on it.
He gets up like it's absolutely nothing. It's a tough break for him on that run right there. So we'll have to look for more out of him in round number 4. So Colton Satterfield up next, but AT&T presents Inside Access. Today, we catch up with Colton Satterfield.
What's up, guys? I'm Colton Satterfield. I ride BMX bikes. I'm going to show you what I bring pretty much everywhere. First things first, nothing like Dave Mira putting Mira on your back. I made this shirt a little while ago, actually, for X Games last year, and anytime I'm scared, I just kind of put it on and instantly, like, you want to send it. So thanks, Dave Mira, for being such a beast that you make me not scared. Number 1, if there's trees around, we're hammocking. I've used this thing everywhere. Awesome, hammocks are rad. Gotta have fresh pants everywhere. These are Love and Rebel pants. They're built specifically for BMX. I wear them for one reason, because Matt Hoffman wears them, and I own the company, so I also wear them for that guy. Turn Great bars, they give back to a bunch of people in need, so they're awesome, and they taste good, and they're organic. Party. Absolute necessity, you gotta have a big speaker. We just turned on too. You gotta be in your hotel, jamming, ready to send it at the contest. And last but not least, we got Monster. Hot day like today, we're chilling. We got everything we need. That's it.
So there you go. If you're ever going to go on a road trip or go on a riding session with Colton Satterfield, you know what he's got in the gear bag right there. You just got the 411.
He's completely equipped for any trip.
Right now, he's sitting in 8th place here in his 3rd attempt out of 4. Okay, gets it across the gap there. What does he bring to the party? The quarterback, double flare. That one was a lot easier to get out of than that first attempt we saw. Just under rotates that one a little when it slides out.
As I was saying earlier about the transition affecting your pop, especially on a double flare, it makes it difficult.
So that'll leave him down in 8 here at the end out of round number 1. It's time now for America's Navy Insider. Well, today's question here on America's Navy Insider is, what percentage of the Navy fleet is made up by SEALs? Is it A, less than 1%, B, 5%, C, 10%, or D, 20%? What do you think? You want to venture a guess there, Kevin? The answer is A, it is less than 1%. It is an elite group. For more about careers in the Navy, you can log on to Navy.com. We've got one more round left to go here from the Real Cost BMX Big Air when we come back. Welcome back inside the U.S. Bank Stadium here for X Games Minneapolis 2017. Through 3 rounds out of 4 here in the Real Cost BMX Big Air Final, it is James Foster sitting in the top spot right now with an 89.66 by virtue of his 3rd run. Vince Byron, who was in the lead through 2 rounds, now sits in a silver medal position, and it's Michael Laren with an injured shoulder who's sitting in a bronze, but there is one more round left to go. It is best run that counts, and it is still up for grabs here tonight. Jimmy Coleman in the booth alongside Kevin Robinson as we start off again with Douglas Oliveira from Brazil.
Now, what are we going to see from Doug? Is he going to try to throw down some more tricks, or is he just going to try to blast and go as high as he can? He looks like he's motioning to do some tricks, so I feel I'm going to see him put down another run.
I was going to say, based he said, let's go high, brothers. That was for the fans here in the U.S. as well as his homies down in Brazil. I believe he's going to send it right now, Kevin Robinson.
Absolutely. Oh, straight jumping.
Boy.
Oh, boy.
and he crisscross jumps. So boom, 21 feet, 11 inches.
If you're thinking at home, well, why did he straight jump the gap? That's because he was trying for that high air record there on the quarter pipe.
And if you noticed, he normally starts on the right side and jumps the right side ramp. He took off on the left side and drifted over to build more speed. It's exactly actually what I used to do during the contest, just to be able to build that more speed. Check it out. Right here, he starts on the left side, he drifts over to the right to give himself more speed.
Look at where he landed. Look at where he landed.
Boom, right there, blasting. 21 feet, 11 inches. Showing you from the Spider Cam.
So that replay brought to you by Pacifico. That Spider Cam look there. That's what it takes to try to blast at these impressive heights right there. Oh my goodness. Curtis Downs, X Games rookie here in Big Air. Best run was a 70 that we saw to him in round number 3. Last chance here for him to try to jump up. The biggest air we've seen on him in that quarter pipe, 19 feet, 11 inches thus far.
There it is again. Stretches out that Superman seat grab backflip.
That might have been the most stretched out one we've seen him do tonight.
Yeah!
No!
Yeah!
The best landing he's had on the quarter pipe.
That a boy! Holy smokes, 17 feet, 7 inches. Unbelievable. That was all smooth. He stayed in control. That's exactly what the judges are looking for. Smooth landing, staying in control of your bicycle. 3 downside double whip.
He tried that
money
in run number 2 and it didn't work out. And on the 4th and final attempt, he rides away clean from it. And oh my goodness, Curtis Downs moves up to 2nd place.
Second place, his first time ever riding in the Real Cost BMX Big Air event. And he is sitting in a 2nd place spot.
Your rookie appearance, and you're looking at a potential silver medal, and he gets it done on his last run. So now it's Foster, Downs, and Byron. And speak of the devil, look who's up next. Vince Byron slides to bronze as he comes down the roll in for his 4th and final attempt.
That cash roll lands smooth. What's he got?
Oh, does he? Oh, come on! Did we just see that happen?
Believe it! I cannot believe I just witnessed. Flair 540, 15 feet, 5 inches. There's that cash roll. Spots his landing. It's all about your landing on the jump. Look at this. Money. Perfectly smooth.
That was amazing on the landing. And look at this.
Goes to Flair 540. Spots his landing. Lands right at the sticker.
I mean, he can't even believe it. You see him shaking his head as he rides away from that. It is absolute pandemonium down there in the athlete staging area. 92.33. Vince Byron puts down a heater in the 4th and final run and reclaims the lead. Now it's Byron, Foster, and Downs your top 3.
Wow. Holy smokes.
Hold the phone, everybody. We've still got more runs to go, but man, this is shaping up to be a dogfight as we take a look at Zach Warden's final attempt.
Back flip, flight flip. He lands smooth.
Triple whip on the quarter.
Solid run at 13.6 inches. But will it be enough to break into the medal contention?
You need an 88.33 or better to get into a bronze as of right now as we take another look at Zach's quarter pipe trick here.
3 tail whips. Catches his pedals. Lands a little low, but he sticks it. Stays sturdy.
Look at where that left foot was right there. Zach with your current leader, Vince Byron, so that'll get him in 4th, knocking on the door there with an 85. And look who's back on top of the roll-in after taking that slam at the end of his 3rd run. Michael Laren, he was in a bronze medal spot. He's now slid down to 5th.
The switch has been flipped. This last run, everybody is stepping up to the plate. Just a giant downside whip. trying to keep it safe at 17 foot 7 inches. That was a blasted downside tailwhip.
You know what,
Michael,
though? He is visibly in pain. Look at him right now. You have to give this guy an ovation for what he has fought through, both in the vert competition and here tonight, to still take all of his runs.
he is an absolute true warrior. To keep continuing, he could have easily just sat down and sat out his last run, but he goes out there for the fans and for the X Games and throws down a solid, clean run.
I can't believe he was, I mean, I can, knowing Michael and his spirit that he's up on top of the rolling game. I could not believe that. James Foster sits in a silver medal spot. And again, just look at the concentration. I'm frightened to think about what James is going to try to throw into the mix here in this fourth and final run. However, with what we've seen already.
I know what he's capable of. I know the bag of tricks that he has. He has got an arsenal of tricks. So what's he going to unleash?
I'm going to take a deep breath before he rolls in here. This could be absolute bedlam. Here we go. James Foster, fourth and final run. Oh boy, good landing.
Smokes! This last run by everybody, this is insane. The contest has stepped up tenfold.
What happened with that commercial break at the end of round 3?
Oh my gosh! I cannot believe what I'm witnessing.
Being tackled by half of the rest of the field of athletes on the flat bottom.
You know what I'm going to say is I am so glad that I'm sitting up here with you. Look at this. Backflip. 1, 2, 3. Backflip, triple tail whip. Feet on the pedals. Brings it around. Watch this. Bar spin. To downside whip. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my goodness.
Catches his pedals. Lands solid. Such a fantastic run.
And just decides, I'm going to toss the bike at the end of this.
Oh my gosh.
I cannot believe it. What just happened? Another lead change.
Unreal.
We saw a cash roll and a 540 flare on the quarter pipe, and now James Foster comes out, lays down that run, and he takes the lead by 2 full points.
This has been the most amazing last runs of the Real Cost BMX Big Air event here at X Games 2017. I am at a loss for words.
And we're not done. We've still got 2 more guys left to ride. Wow. You're getting your money's worth out of this finish. Here we go. Morgan Wade currently sits in 7th place. His best score we've seen tonight was from round 1, a 70.33, and he is in.
360 backflip. It's a double tail whip. Puts together just a good solid run. 18 foot, 5 inches.
He took a pretty good knock at the end of that 3rd run. And there is your very excited new leader. That was James Foster that you just saw a shot of right there. Look at this, going over the gap with no-handed backflip 360. Morgan's another one that's been working on the gap tricks since last season. And yeah, that back tire, I mean, he was just past the sticker tape, or what we call the sweet spot right there on the knuckle of that landing. So Morgan Wade will move up into 4th place there. 85.33, knocking on the door of the podium with 1 rider left to go.
Now, let's not count out Colton Satterfield.
Not at all.
Anybody who can handle the pressure, it's Colton.
It's
the 2-time gold medalist. He has got the opportunity right here to step it up and put down the run that he wants.
It's the best run that counts, and he's taken gold on the last run before. It's the final run of the night here in Real Cost BMX Big Air.
Solid. Here it is, the
Once,
double
twice.
flip.
Oh! Thought that was the one.
So close.
I thought that was the one. But he gets up from that one. He's had 3 crashes on that tonight, but gets up from it. What a night we have had here. So look at that. James Foster walks out with a gold. Vince Byron with a silver medal, and Curtis Downs with the bronze. Your final results here from the Real Cost BMX Big Air Final.
Hoffman Sports Association.
I cannot believe what we just witnessed. James Foster taking home a gold medal. Vince Byron with the silver. Curtis Downs, his first ever X Games appearance, comes in and earns himself a bronze medal.
Yeah, I mean, how about that for your rookie X Games appearance? You come in, you get a bronze. Vince Byron's got 2 medals this weekend. He's got a gold in vert, he's got a silver in a real cost BMX bigger. Let's send it down to Brian Kaczynski.
All right, we're here with James Foster, X Games gold medalist in big air. So we're here in Minneapolis. We're outside. We're out of the elements. We're out of the wind. We're out of the weather. It came down to pure skill and talent. You made it happen. How does it feel?
All I gotta say is it feels amazing. I put on a Hoffman Sports Association shirt right before I took that run. So shout out to Matt Hoffman. That's the craziest thing I've ever done. I'm pretty sure it was this shirt. I don't know. I'm speechless. I can't even.
Well, you're a do-it-yourself guy, and you did it yourself today. Congrats, bud.
Thank you. Thanks, Brian. Oh, my gosh.
Wow. That was an amazing finish right there, but it's Curtis Downs with the bronze. It's Vince Byron with the silver, and James Foster walks out of here with the gold on his last run from Real Cost BMX Big Air Final.